Good morning. We'll call to order the City of Hammond Board of Public Works and Safety meeting of August 29th, 2013. Roll call. Here. Item 4, approval of the minutes of the meetings of July 11th, 18th, 25th, August 1st, August 8th, and August 15th.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve all those minutes since I finally had a chance to review them.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item A, we have a bid opening for several demolitions.
We have 3 bids. First bid is from JM Industrial Services, 201 Marble Street, Hammond, Indiana. You have your Form 96 filled out. You have your non-collusion affidavit signed. They're checking it.
You didn't want to.
I don't see a bid bond. There's no bid bond.
Bid bonds are not required on this project. That was established. They're not.
A bid bond?
A bid bond was not required in this bid.
Then what good is the bid? You can't, the bid bond guarantees the bid so the guy doesn't walk away from it.
I don't know. Maybe you can
Okay,
ask our
well-
city attorney.
Okay, I'm going to read the bid then. But I want it noted that there was no bond.
There's no bond because no bond is required. We just went through this 2 meetings ago, man, remember? With the
I
other
remember that.
demolition.
Maybe I wasn't here for that meeting.
You were here for that meeting.
Total bid for all properties is $143,500. Next bid is from TRI, 1102 East Columbus Drive, East Chicago, Indiana. You have your Form 96. You have your non-collusion affidavit signed. Yeah, they don't have a bid bond either. Their total bid is $263,200. The final bid is from Gary Material Supply, 7318 West 15th Avenue, Gary, Indiana. You have your Form 96 filled out. You have your non-collusion affidavit signed. Their bid is,
Where's their bid bond?
they don't have a bid bond either. Why do you think that's so funny? Their total bid is $227,900. I'd like to refer these to code enforcement for review and recommendation.
Is there a second? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item B, we have a request for bid dates for September 5th and September 12th for the construction of the Monon Bike Trail and Bridge project.
This is the bridge over the little cow. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve those advertising dates and that bid opening date.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item C, we have an agreement with First Group Engineering for engineering services for the Wolf Lake Bike Trail from Forsyth Park to State Line.
This is for construction engineering. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the contract.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item D, we have a change order for the reconstruction of Columbia Avenue from Michigan to Chicago.
Letter on top explains it. It's for fencing along the project because of a change in grade. Fencing isn't suitable anymore, so it has to be replaced. Total cost is $9,020. It's 80% federal. It qualifies, so the city share will be $1,804. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the change order.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item E, we have a change order from American Structure Point for the 169th Street reconstruction project.
There's actually two of them. Change order number 3 is for $620. And that's for additional detour signage. That's the total amount. It does qualify for 80% federal, so 20% is ours. And the other one, change order number 4 is for $823, and that's for the relocation of some pedestrian signal heads that needed to be moved because of the project, and that qualifies also. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve both of these change orders.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item F, we have correspondence from R.W. Armstrong requesting that we assign their contract to another engineer.
Yeah, R.W. Armstrong was absorbed by CHA Consulting Incorporated. That's the new parent company. They actually operated as an arm of that for about a year, but now it's going to all be called CHA. So I think Chris has reviewed this and it's open. So I recommend that we approve the consent of assignment.
Is that your motion?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item G, we have correspondence from engineering requesting that a tree on the 7200 block of McCook be removed.
I'd like to make a motion that we refer to the park department.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item H, we have a request from AT&T to do some digging. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item I, we have a contract with Centrex, which is the provider of phone services for City Hall. And this is a renewal agreement that appears to have been reviewed and approved by Corporation Council.
We're going to do phone changes, so this is still acceptable, right?
Yes.
We're still going to be using Centrex, we're just going to handle the lines differently, right? Did Chris get a chance to look at this?
Yes.
The other Chris.
Oh, Campbell.
Yeah.
That's where
It
it
came
came
from
from.
him. So then we can assume that
I believe so.
so now make a motion that we approve the contract with Centrex.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item J, we have correspondence from Chief Miller requesting the relinquishment of specialty pay for 2 officers, as well as the approval to hire several new officers. Is there a motion to approve the chief's requests?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item K, we have correspondence from Mr. Carr requesting a hearing on the denial of his automobile dealer's license. Do you have a date, Mr. Smith?
How far would you like to go, Mr. Lundy?
3 days?
September 26th?
September 26th. September 26th it is. Figure a guy with the last name like Carr should be selling automobiles, right? Item L. We have requests for several rental registration hearings. Do we have a date, Mr. Smith?
How long, Mr. Lundy?
3 weeks?
September 19th.
September 19th. It is. Item M, we have a request from Mr. Powers, 8509 White Oak, who has a rental unit on the 1100 block of May Street. He is requesting longer than 10 days to rectify the issues that the building department found at his unit. He does request how much longer? Anybody familiar with this?
Somewhat, yes. Basically, we had to mark a couple apartments above a garage that were lack of fire separation. The appears to have been built as a 2-unit. Fire separation was there originally, but some of it is broken away. He's got a permit that Mr. Cook's going to take a look at and see if we can approve it for him to do the repairs. But since they were marked uninhabitable, it's 10 days to vacate. So he's asking for a continuance on that time. Competent Day is moving forward and doing what's necessary, but his request to come up and ask for more time than the 10 days allowed by ordinance.
Think it's feasible for him to have this fire separation replaced in 30 days?
I believe so.
Okay, and is that sufficient for you guys?
believe so.
Acceptable? All right. Is there a motion then to extend the time period to vacate the units to 30 days and notice Mr. Powers is the same?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item N, we have correspondence from Attorney Sachs advising that he's withdrawing his appearance for 1020 Highland. We'll note that for the record. Item O, we have correspondence from Attorney Zajac advising that he's withdrawing his appearance on a property. We'll also note that for the record. Item P is the same for Attorney Sorge. We'll note that for the record. Item Q, we have notice of violation at 640 Willow. Any interested parties, 640 Willow, please come forward.
I believe that was set by Attorney Cantor for your approval on emergency demolition. And she's not here, so, yeah. It's, if we wait too much longer, it's gonna fall all by itself. I did get estimates on doing the demolition from J&M Industrial Services. He did bid $8,800 on it, which is right in line with what they did on the other homes on the block, so I think it's a fair estimate. So we need your approval on taking it down, trucking it down tomorrow.
Is there a motion to approve Mr. Cook's request for an emergency demolition at 640 Willow?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Motion carries. Item R. We have a notice of violation at 6717 Alexander. Any interested parties, please come forward. Can you state your name and address, please?
Amparo Fernandez.
Can you speak up, please?
Amparo Fernandez.
Into the microphone, please.
Amparo Fernandez, 2211 Wild Timothy Road, Naperville, Illinois.
And what is your interest in the property?
It's my house.
Okay. You live in this property?
No.
Okay. Gloria?
This is a rental property with an illegal basement apartment, and she has agreed to remove it. So we're here today.
But it's not longer a rental. I'm selling it. And when I bought the place, it was like that, and it was never used as an apartment downstairs. I had a door lock. When I have tenants there, they know that not to move. Use the room downstairs, you know. But the new tenants that moved there in December, one of the sons moved downstairs, and I asked them if they needed to move because it was. I don't want them living in the basement, you know. The kid was sleeping in the basement, so I removed the tenants from the house, so there's no longer a rental property.
You removed the apartment in the basement?
Yes, I removed the room and kitchen sink,
So you don't take exception to the city entering in order to remove that?
I mean, I'm gonna remove it, I just wanna keep the heater, because I'm in contact with, some people that want to buy the house, but they wanna keep the heater downstairs. There's a little heater on the wall.
It's a wall heater that's down there. When we went, the building inspector went with me about bail, and he asked to remove it because it was dangerous. So
And what's the
they
request?
started the work, but they needed to go ahead and finish it.
What's the request of the city today?
That they remove the basement apartment, that they remove the walls, the kitchen. He said they can keep the bathroom down there, but that the kitchen and the heater and the walls be removed.
Heater and electrical?
It's like a plug-in type kind of, but it's in the wall, and it's got scorch stains around it. It does look dangerous.
Is there a motion to approve the city's request to remove the basement apartment?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item S,
I guess mine also.
notice of violation at 2917 Cleveland. Any interested parties, please come forward.
Mr. Margarito is not
Right
here.
here.
Oh,
Hi, good
okay.
morning. Good
Can you
morning.
state your name and address, sir?
2917 Cleveland.
Okay, and what is your interest in this property?
I want to rent it.
You want to rent it?
Yep.
You want to rent it you want to rent it as a tenant, or you're the owner wanting to rent it to a tenant?
I'm the owner. And
Okay. Laura?
He's the owner. He just recently purchased it, but when we went in for the inspection, there was a basement apartment. And we're asking that it be removed. And he's agreed to remove
you
it.
remove that already.
Okay. Very good. Is there a motion to approve the request to remove the basement apartment? All in favor?
Thank you.
Aye. Thank you, Mr. Jimenez. All right, item T, we have an agreement prepared by Corporation Council to rehabilitate the property on the 4800 block of Oak Avenue. It's been signed by the property owner. Is there a motion to approve the contract?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item U. We have a petition to request the vacation of findings in order at 1043 to 45 Becker Street.
I'm trying to refinance the property for taking some cash. I spend a lot of money in this property. Now, the mortgage company, they say there is a problem with the title because of this order. The original order was recorded in 2012, like some kind of illegal problem exists in the property. So I submitted a petition, and the board approved it. And I took this to the county recorder of deeds. They said they can't accept this. They need this decision in the form of a formal order to be recorded.
So, to make sure I understand, the board entered findings in order against your property to remove a basement apartment.
Yeah.
You complied and then removed that basement apartment. However, that cloud is still on the title to your property, and you're requesting that we formally order a vacation of findings in order to remove that cloud. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Does the building department take any exception to this?
Not having first-hand information in front of me about the removal, I'd like to do an inspection, make sure it's well, make sure it's safe.
You guys have.
We have,
You have.
Yeah, the building inspector already.
Bob Bale.
Yeah.
Is there a motion to enter an order to vacate the findings in order of November 10th?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Our corporation counsel will prepare an order. It'll be signed by us and
Thank you so much.
mailed to you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Item V, we have correspondence from Street Commissioner Gleason, noticing us that they will be installing a handicap parking sign at 813 Sibley.
I think that needs an ordinance change, but they can place the sign and we'll just follow up with a change to the ordinance.
What district is that? Second?
Could be second, could be third, probably second.
Is there a motion to affirm Mr. Gleason's request and then forward the request for an ordinance to the appropriate councilman?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item U, we have a request for residential parking on the 5700 block of Erie. W,
I'd like to make a motion that be referred to Gary Gleason.
all in favor? Motion, aye, motion carries. Did you vote?
Yeah, we all voted.
I didn't hear you. Did you
said
vote?
Aye.
Sorry. Okay. Item X. We have correspondence from Councilman Higgs. He's requesting the 900 block of Merrill and the 1100 block of Ames be de-stumped. Is there a motion to refer this to the Park Department to ascertain whether these trees are on public or private property?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item Y, we have correspondence from Councilman Higgs requesting a street party on the 6700 block of Marshall. Yes.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item Z, we have correspondence from the World of Pentecost Ministries requesting the deliverance of picnic tables and a block party on Saturday, September 21st. It doesn't say where the block party is going to be, though.
Let's let the board secretary determine that and then send it over to the chief for recommendation.
Is that your motion?
Yes. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item 2A, we have a block party request on September 1st for the 500 block of 173rd Street. Is there a motion to refer this to Chief Miller?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 2B, we have correspondence from Mr. Ham requesting a block party on the 7700 block of Catalpa. Is there a motion to refer this to Chief Miller?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Item 2C, we have correspondence from St. Bosco requesting street closure for a picnic on September 13th. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 2D, we have garage sale permits for approval.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve all of the garage sale permits except for one, because they have had more than, what is it, 3? And they've had up to 6 garage sales this year alone, and that would be the 7400 block of Southeastern. So I make a motion that we approve them all but that one.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 2E, we have correspondence from Grimmer Construction requesting lane restrictions for the 169th Street project.
Yeah, it won't be closed, it'll only be restricted, and it's gonna last for, I think, 6 days. Starting today and ending before September 7th. So I'll make a motion that we approve the lane restrictions.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item 2F, we have the ratification of an alley closure on 700 Sibley. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item 2G, we have correspondence from North Lake Pop Warner requesting a parade route
like to make a motion that we approve that parade route for September 7th.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item 6, matters from board members.
I have a matter. I have a request from Ken Rippey from Robinson Engineering concerning some soil borings. These were actually turned down at the August 15th meeting because they hadn't contacted the water department. I was concerned because of the large water mains in that area. They've gotten that worked out, so I'd like to make a motion that we approve their boring requests for Calumet Avenue north of Indianapolis.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. I have one matter. Last night, a Hammond resident had a concern about vehicles parking on the 6600 block of Calumet Avenue on municipal property, specifically what was formerly known as the Bull Era Building. And since we have a new municipal parking ordinance in effect that does not allow parking after midnight, I would like one of the board members please to make a motion to send a letter to Gary Gleason requesting no parking after midnight signs be placed on the city's property at the old Bull Era building.
That's not even a parking lot. There should be no parking there anytime.
It's being used as a parking lot.
By who?
I don't know by
Somebody
whom.
got insurance to
By-
cover us? in
by
case somebody
parkers.
comes out there? That's a concern that I would have. If you're gonna authorize that to be used as a parking lot, we have a lot of liability. I'd like to refer this to the law department for a recommendation. Maybe it should be
Instead of
no parking anytime,
Then would you make a motion that there's no parking anytime signs be erected on our property?
if you wanna move quicker.
That would be fantastic. Thank you for the
I'm gonna change
recommendation.
my, motion to no parking anytime on the old Bowl, on the Bowl Era property.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Stan. Is there any new or old business? Item 10, public expression. The meeting is now open to the public. Anybody from the public wishing to address the board, now is your opportunity to do so.
Moving back to the beginning, the opening bids, my son and I are in the process of buying this piece of property at 1724 Michigan. And I already talked with Jeff McKernan from J&M Wreckings about demolishing the house. Can we get an extension of time so we get the quit claim deed?
There's a gentleman right behind you with a blue polo shirt on and a City of Hammond logo. If you speak with him,
Okay,
you may be able to enter into an agreement to rehabilitate the property, which will stay the demolition.
okay.
Thank you.
Good morning. We came in here, Mr. Valdez, he wants to open up a sports bar at 931 Chicago Avenue in Hammond, Indiana. The buildings inspector had passed by there a couple of months ago, and they inspected it. We needed a couple of alternation things in there, like minor stuff. Okay, so what happened was, we got that fixed, and no sooner than that, we received a letter from Novak stating that he could not open up the business. And we wanted to know, was there anything else that we could do about that? We put a lot of money into it already. We have some stuff that has to be sent back. We have to pay the shipping for it.
You have an ownership interest in the property? Who are you?
I am Natalie Posels. Mr. Valdez, he is the owner. He's diabetic and he has a hard time walking, so I represent him at this time.
What was the reason you were given?
The reason, I have the letter here if you'd like to look at it.
Please, can you bring it forward? Ms. Valdez, you're apparently attempting to open a bar
Yes.
in an area that isn't zoned that allows bars or taverns. That's why it was denied.
Okay, but when I had spoke to Novak, before we bought the bar, he said that they were doing no more zoning.
You said there was what?
There was no more zoning areas. They don't do that anymore.
No more zoning.
That's what he said.
Zoning ordinance for the entire city.
That's what he had told me, so that's why we bought it. And not only that, but we also paid for the license, which was $300. And if we cannot open, then we would like to get a refund on this.
In Mr. Novak's letter to you, he says that you were aware that the zoning was R1U, single-family use.
No, he had told me specifically that's the reason why we bought the property.
At this time, Ms. Valdez, this board has no jurisdiction over zoning in the city of Hammond.
So then what are we supposed to do?
I would suggest that you obtain some counsel to represent you if you'd like, but we do have a zoning administration board that takes up
BZA, the Board of Zoning.
zoning appeals and rezones. This is not the board that takes up that matter.
Okay, now another question is on this, that we applied for the license, are we gonna get a refund on that?
No, ma'am.
A city license or a state liquor license?
No, we got a liquor license already. We have the liquor license already. We just applied for the city license. We also got a building permit to put an electrical sign up, just a regular sign, and we got the permit, it got okayed. So I don't understand about the zoning. So who would I go talk to about that? And where at?
You can speak with the Board of Zoning Appeals. They meet at 649 Conkey.
Yeah, but I'm not sure when they meet. I think it's on Wednesdays, but is it once a month or twice a month?
You can find out at the Offices of Planning and Development at 649 Conkey. Their phone number is 853-6371. They're in the office during normal business hours from 8:30 to 4:30.
Okay, will do, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to address the board?
Hi. My name is Rosa Roman. I just recently bought the property at 410 Conkey. I'm the new owner, and we're looking forward to move in with my family. And we'd just like to know if there's any way possibly it could be removed from the demolition list, because it was in the demolition from the previous owner. And we would like to know what do we have to do to fix it so we can move in there.
There's a gentleman right behind you in a blue polo shirt with the city logo. If you speak with him after the meeting, he'll let you know what needs to be done to get it off the demolition list. You can probably enter into an agreement with the city to rehabilitate the property,
Okay.
and we can take it off the
All
demolition
right, sounds
list.
great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the board?
Yes, I just wondered if I could get in an application for a garage sale permit.
Is this your first one this year?
First one ever.
Excellent. Come on, you can bring it up.
Make a motion that we approve this one also, along with the others.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Anyone else for public expression?
My name is Shaniqua Parks, and I had bought a property on 5653 Clyde. At the Banner property, I received this letter in the mail, so I was trying to find out, like, what do I need to do? Did I need to be here today? I paid the $150 for the inspection, but it ain't happened yet. But I didn't know if I still had to appeal, because I got this letter in the mail.
See the gentleman with the blue shirt ducking down in the second row?
Okay, thank you.
Can you bring the letter forward? See what it says. All right, so you paid for the inspection? Okay, and your property's on the demolition list? Okay, that's what it looks like.
Bids today.
Yeah.
So it's more than a demolition list. It's got a demolition, it's gonna have a demolition contract on it shortly.
Sure. Yeah, this is the guy, it's Kurt, and he's in the blue. Speak with him, and you can schedule your inspection with him. He'll let you know what needs to happen with the property to stay the demolition. Okay?
Thank you.
Is there anybody else?
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor? Aye.